Hello, happy Saturday morning, early morning, ready to sit down, have some fun with our tags that we made. Cheers, coffee. I got some ideas, and I think that we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to use some ribbon, we're going to do some more layering, we're going to have another drink of coffee. All right, let's get to it, guys. Oh, pull up the chair. So, we're going to continue on with our tags. This one I might have got a little wet. We might want to mount this one on something, but I think this is okay. Let's just start here. Now, last weekend when I was at the cabin, I made some washi tape labels and just little cutouts, and I mounted them on a soda box. And so I've just got a load of really pretty little things to play around with. Some, like I said, so the washi tapes that I have, they, have the little pictures, but they have really obvious start and end points. So I thought, why not use that to kind of guide us? We've got some long ones, just pretty vintage stuff, right? So maybe we can use some of those. The other thing that I thought, I got the backdrops out because I was working on, what even was I doing? I don't know. I was doing something. Oh, die cutting, yes. I've got some die cuts, got some birds that I cut out of the Tim Holtz backdrops. But I think we can put on these to do more depth. So I was thinking maybe we could even, cut some of these out as our focal point. So let's take a peek at some of these and see if there's any. We could put some people. We've also got our my brain. For the love of God, paper dolls. Good jeeps. That might be a cool one. Okay, so we've got some options there. Let's see. I'm going to put these off to the side. Let's see what we might be able to put on there. Aren't those kids cute? Just having a think here. All right, that's a maybe. Let's see what we've got. We could do birds. I cut out some numbers. Got a couple of different patterns. I seem to just be picking out. Probably should have arranged these a little bit better. There's pink ones. There's, ooh, how about we could go blue. I'm gonna get myself all overwhelmed, and we need to not. All right, let's just start seeing what we might want to build here. Oops. What do we got here for color? We also have these leaves from before. Last time we did some cut out. We could put a pretty leaf and some numbers. Okay, come on now. This is gonna be an interesting video if I continue to struggle like this. How about this guy? Oh yeah, my nails are a mess. I chipped them all. About a bird. This railway ticket. Is that too much? Oh my goodness. Okay. Tickets. Let's use a couple tickets. These are the ones that we made just with a strip of paper, a stamp, and a quilting rolly tool thing. Oh, come on. Let's not be crazy. Having difficulty. We're just gonna have to start. Otherwise, we're gonna be in real trouble. And we're just gonna mess and overthink. It's time to not overthink. So let's put down to at least get started. There. We have now we've started. Ta-da! Starting. Okay, let's make sure that is down well. Get that extra off. And I don't even know if we want a bird. Oh, cripes. Could go with, I'm pretty sure we want to use some numbers. We've got that guy, we could stamp on it. Holy cow, guys. Why is this so hard today? We're gonna push through. We've got these things over there. Ticket. Let's put that there. Let's get our ink out. Maybe our brain will start working while we're inking. Do mini collage with our little pieces here. A little more glue than usual because I'm going to stick that right in the center there. This will help us get our I kind of like that up there. I'm not sure why. Let's get rid of that white paper core. And we're just going to try to get some on the front. We're going to hope that this just builds itself as we go. Whoa, I don't know if you can hear the birdies outside. Maybe we should have our tweezers here. Do we want to go? Let's Just go there so that we still have our hole. Now, ooh, how about the bicycle? That might be cute. Just there, or we could go up higher. Go in the middle. Let's just go there. Let's pop some ink around our bicycle. I'm going to pull out the new bottle since we're going to have a lot of gluing to do today as we're playing around. Right here, right above the ticket. We're just adding, the nice thing with these thicker pieces, one, they're nice and sturdy, but they also add good dimension. We've got this, you know, we've got some spaces starting, and I think that looks pretty cool. Maybe a little sentiment or something. I don't know how, well, here, let's ink around our edges. We didn't do that yet. Oh, even better. Look at that, how nice that looks. Picking up more of that texture as we go around the outside. Now, do we need a whole lot more than that? We might not. Let's go ahead and let's pull out some ribbons. Grabbed a few new. We've also got these. Got these for 50 cents at Hobby Lobby. Not that color. I'm hoping we can use that. We're gonna have to find something. Ooh, will that go with the bird? Oh, yep. All right. Well, we know we're putting a bird somewhere. How about just we go with this? I love this. I don't know why. It's cute and plain, but it's got that extra little pizzazz of the gold. Now, last time we figured out that if we get a little fumbly, but hold it with those two together, we can go through and we can make sure we then turn and pull these through the front. This, oh, it twisted. There. Cute. I like it. Very good. All right, one down. The other thing I want to pull out, I got, oh my Lord, I just had it. There it is. I set it under this. I finally bought some of this antique gold wax. I have seen a ton of people use it and wanted to try it out. So what better time to try it out than while we're doing these textures. And there's my dog. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So let's transfer the pin to the big bottle, our dangle, and let's break this guy open. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right. Ooh, let's play. How about this one? This seems like a good one. All right, so from what I've seen, folks just take a little dab on their finger. Oh, wow. Guys, this is gonna be so cool. We're just gonna rub it on some spots. Oh, that is a fun time. That's a fun time. All right, let's close this guy up. And a little more. Very lightly so that we don't, so that we're pulling out that. Now let's see if you can see that shimmer. Got it on my finger. Good, 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 good. Not too much, just a little bit of something. A little extra. We like extra. All right, let's see about the birds now. The pink bird stands out pretty good. Do we have any? What else would we like to put on there? We got 80 billion pages. What about if we pull out some of our fancy papers and do a background? I just grabbed a chunk. What if we cut a little background of fancy paper? That might actually look cool. So we got some pinks. Anything in this bit that would be fun. Well, this kind of looks exactly like what we got going on, doesn't it? That blends too much, but hey, our idea must not be too bad. Somebody made paper that looks like our idea. All right, these, we need another chunk. How about something with some texture? Ooh, these, yes, 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 yes. Ooh, how cool. Yep, let's use a piece of this. Cut that off, and let's use, we don't want it too big. Let's cut it maybe about there. Let's cut it about there. I'm not going to worry about it being perfectly straight. I'm hoping that we can get a little bit of fraying. Let's see. Can we get... Yep, we sure can. I'm just going to go around this and loosen some of these edges. Just for some interest. We will still have some straight parts, and I think that's okay. Don't get too excited, Amber. Sheesh. I think that's going to be beautiful. All right, let's get this, let's ink the edges. Get ourselves a little contrast going. Don't have to do a whole lot. I'm gonna grunge it up a little bit. There, I like it. All right, now let's glue this guy down. I think our best bet, we'll get a decent amount here on these solid parts. And just tap around the edges. Be a little tricky, but that's okay. It's okay if it's hard, we can do hard things. One of my favorite sayings. All right, let's get that guy down. Might need to hold it for a second. If you don't like getting glue on your fingers, definitely put down, I don't know, use your tweezers. I love it. Now, is our bird, yep, our bird is still our winner, I think. But we're gonna need to add a little more than just our bird. And what we might do is maybe we can pull some of the gold in on here too. Oh, leg. We broke the poor bird's leg. Let's see. Dare we try to put some gold around the outside of the bird? If y'all know of a easier way, better way to do this, let me know. I'm all for learning. Oh, that looks pretty nice, I think. Got a lot left on my finger. Let's just get it on here. Little there. There. It's certainly not perfect, but we don't do perfect, so. Oh, do we want him sitting on something? Perfume bottle, perhaps? Let's ink those edges. I have a feeling I'm going to get gold all over the place. I wonder how you get this off your fingers. Let's have him sitting on a perfume bottle. No, maybe not sitting on it. I don't know why I thought it would look real good down here. We can still put him sitting on it, can't we? Let's hold him with our tweezers. That will be easier. I always find it so exciting when we try something new and it works. It's okay if it doesn't, because then we've learned something, but it's fun when it works too. All right, birdie, right there for you. Hold him down, make sure he sticks well. Clearly I didn't need to glue all the way down on his tail. I feel like he's not standing out real well, and I think what I want to do to rectify that is we're going to add a bit of a shadow, maybe all around him. So we're going to darken that up a little bit. Now we need to decide how dark we want it to be. We've got lots of options. I'm going to grab some Pit pens and a couple different shades of gray. And we're going to start light and we're going to go dark. And we're going to see which one we like the best. But first we're having a coffee break. Okay, delicious. Very good. Okay, so let's start this guy. Some of these have colors and some of them don't. I'm not sure why. But this is number 232. Let's just get him standing out a little bit. This is darker than I thought it would be, so it's probably a good thing that we started with this one. Let's just give him some shadow. I'm just kind of feathering it out along the edges. Because it's on the paper, I don't think we're going to be able, I mean, or on this textured, it's more of a fabric really than a paper. We're not going to be able to smear it. So I'm just kind of feathering it out a little bit. I do think this is doing the trick. And I do think this is dark enough to get us that little bit of contrast, and a decent amount of contrast, I should say. You can see here it's not nearly as dark on paper, but I think that looks better. Okay. Didn't need the super darks, did we? So now, what do we want to use for our topper? How about this shimmery gold ribbon? It's a long piece, don't need that much. Get this here. Try not to get too out of control with the different layers. I think that's beautiful. Let's see if you can get the good shimmer view. I like it. All right. Another one down. I'm thinking maybe we'll keep going with that kind of aesthetic here. Let's do this one. And maybe, I've got this little piece of paper over here. Maybe we add another layer of texture. And we can go, do we want to bring in more green? We want to do the forest moss, maybe. Whoops. Where is, let's see, no, I don't, I want it flat. I know I have a forest moss. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see what this will do for us. I'm going very lightly, but we do have two options. We also have the other side. Let's do them both and see which one we like better. Going lightly so I can still leave that contrast with the background. Being lighter. And for some reason it didn't emboss the same depth here towards the edge, but I like that. I think this is a good color choice for this. All right. So we will have this on there. What about one of these guys? Do we want it maybe behind, peeking out? How about on top but up high? All right, let's start with that, and then we can add, let's ink our edges here. Sometimes I think it's better to have a plan, and other times it's better to just see where your brain goes. Or your heart. I guess it depends on if you're an overthinker or a feeler. I'm definitely an overthinker. So that's one of the things that I have to try to let go. Oh, I wish I would have put that on the bottom. Oh well, it's on the top. That is one of the things I have to try to get over while I'm doing this stuff. Now let's see. Is there a decent way to do this? Not a very good one. Maybe a little at an angle. Just these super intricate ones are awful hard to ink. Not intricate, delicate. That's the better word for it. It's all right, we got a little. And I'm going to, whoops, sorry bird. Pulled him right up by his head. We're gonna utilize our tweezers here. I'm thinking too hard while I'm trying to get this glue on. All right, I think that's pretty all right. Let's get this guy. We want him curling up this way. How about right there? I think there's some spots I missed glue on, but maybe we can go back and get them like right there for sure. Don't need a lot, just a touch, just a little to keep it from popping up. That's because I got the big glue does not mean I don't need to put the dangle back in. I need to remember that. Okay, now, do we want a bird? Do we want this colored bird? Or we could go with another blue one to stand out a little more. I'm kind of liking the pink bird, and I'm kind of liking this direction. And I think, let's see what else we got in here. We've got some hearts. Put a couple of hearts on there. We've got, do we have any dark numbers? That 8 could be used backwards. The 0 could be used backwards. That's got the darker side. And then we also have some little cutouts, little squares. Kind of like the little heart. I definitely like the numbers. I've got that kind of fancy thing that needs a lot of stuff poked out of it. Nah, that's a lot of work, guys. We don't have time for that. Ooh, what about a branch? We could do a branch for the bird. Let's see. I haven't used the branch before. Put our bird on the branch and put some numbers up here. A 0, 8. And how about a heart? Let's do it. It's a little different than what we usually do, but that's okay. I don't think, oh yes, why not? Let's give it a shot. I didn't think it'd be a good idea to try to ink this branch, but we can be careful. And one of the nice things about these, when you're working with paper, if you accidentally rip it, guess what? You just glue it you just glue it down. Make sure you get the ripped area glued down good, and you'll never know. Right, little branch. Oh, I probably shouldn't have had that sticking off the edge. Oh well. It's there now, guys. 'Tis there now. Let's ink these while we've got this right here. That is one of the nice things about using the Tim Holtz backdrops, is because you've got two-sided paper, you can choose which way you want it to go. I mean, we could always go with that on the back side, should we want to, but I like it with the pink and with the dark numbers, so that's what we're going to go with. Let's go ahead and glue these guys down. And if it's not perfect, that is okay. If you're new and wondering what kind of glue I'm using, this is called Art Glitter glue. Art Glitter is the brand. It does not have glitter in it. It is a phenomenal glue. Now, if you don't have it, that's okay. You can use school glue. You can use glue stick. You can use Eileen's tacky glue, Fabri-Tac. I mean, there's a million different glues that you can use. I like this one because it dries really fast, and you can use it with all different kinds of media. It works with metal. It just works with everything. And it dries clear. They don't carry these in the hobby stores or the craft stores. But if you have a local scrapbook store, they probably have it. Very popular. Or you can get it on Amazon. And I would recommend you can get it with this little tip. Definitely either the tip, or you can get these little bottles also at like Hobby Lobby or wherever for a couple of bucks if you want to have a smaller bottle to use. Or if when I first got mine, they were out of the tips at the store that I was shopping at. So whoa, his head's not inked. Buddy, you can't be going out with a naked head. So I bought the little one so that I could still have I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the branch off because I'm already that's just gonna rip later anyway. They didn't have it, so I bought the little bottles, and that worked out just fine. Now, is there anything else that we want to add? Do we need a little something here? It's too big. Do we want a little? I don't think we really need anything else. Sometimes it's hard to stop. Believe me, I know. Let's go ahead and ink around. I don't mind the rough edges. If you don't like the rough edges, you can go over this just like with an emery board nail file. If you have any of the sanding discs, that works well. I think maybe we'll be able to get away with this navy ribbon. I might have cut that a little short. Let's see. Let's see if we can manage. Whoops. We won't manage if I pull it back out. It's a little short, but it might be okay. It's definitely easier to cut a little more than you need, but we manage. You don't want to pull too hard. You don't want to rip your paper. All right, another one down. Let's do this guy next. And do we want to do a little more maybe? Thinking. Maybe we want to go a little bit more collage-y on this one. I don't know what all I got in here. What do we got? Oh, there's a pretty purple. Could go with that. She's pretty. What else? There's a bee. What else do we want? That's pretty. We could pull out. What else do we got just sitting around here close by? Anything that we want to grab? Got a few things sitting over here. Got some green label. Put a blue stamp on there. Oh, here's a purple stamp. We could just go all out fun purple on this. Let's pull out some. Let's make this guy purple. What else? Anything? Anything else over here that we really want to have? I don't think so. I think we just make a cute little collage. Maybe not even a whole lot of layering. More, I kind of like it staggered like this, actually. And maybe just layering right there. I like it. Let's do it. All right, let's start inking our edges. It's going to be a little bit quick and simple, but I think it's going to be really impactful because it's going to have lots of pretty and detailed images to take a peek at. Sometimes you don't need to have a whole lot of stuff on a project. You can create interest with not just with a lot of stuff, but you can put a few things on that give you a lot to look at. Oops, I totally ripped that, but we'll be fine because it's paper and we're gonna glue it. Goes there. I'm gonna have to hold that for a second. We got a lot of texture. It's perfect time for a coffee break. more glue on this one. That one felt like it didn't want to grip super great. So let's just go more glue, fill up more of those ridges here. And if it feels like that's not going to stay, we can always add more. In fact, I think we're just going to go ahead and add more. It's a little loose at this end. Let's see if I can. Oh, apparently it's a little loose all over. There. That should be better. I'll go a little heavier with the glue on this one. Maybe we won't need to pop it up. Oops, smear it around a little more. When you're doing the texture like this, it does take a little bit more time. To see if we want that number on there. That might look cool too. We said we weren't going to go too crazy though. I'm very pleased with how these backgrounds turned out. Not something that I've done before. But there is a reason why the distressed products are so popular. It's because you can do amazing things without a lot of experience, really, or any experience. Here, see, you can't even, oops, well, it's curled down here at the corner. You can tell that. So you can't even tell that we ripped it. To clean off my tweezers, they're kind of messy. Now, what do we want to do? This one's a little more delicate. How about we can use some of this for our top. This is just some seam binding that I found at a thrift store. So let's ink up our edges. And someone might ask, what do you do? You know, what do you do with one of these tags? Well, you could write a message on the back and use it in place of a standard like greeting card. You could use it as a gift tag on a package. Put it in a journal. I suppose you could even hang it up, you know, on your Christmas tree if you really wanted to. Just something a little different than standard. Definitely more journal space, which is nice. You can put it in any tuck or paper clip it to a page in a journal, and then you've got extra writing space. I suppose if you find one that you really, really love, you could set it up as a little piece of art on a shelf or, you know, something like that. I have some hanging in my office on a string that I like to look at and enjoy. Lots of different things. So there's another one. All right, guys. Here is this guy. Now, we talked about needing, this one curled up a little bit, so I want to mount it on something. Now we could do just another tag. We could, I'm looking at my stash here and seeing if there is anything else that I would want to put on the back. It would fit on here. We could glue it down really good and flat and use this as a, like a frame, make a bigger tag. Let's do that. Now the question is, do we want to, no, I was gonna say, do we want to cut it before or after we glue? And that's a silly question, because if we glue it down and we don't cut it straight, then we're gonna have a problem. So here's what I'm gonna do. It's a little small for hopping over on the big trimmer. I do have another small trimmer coming in my next Temu review for the affiliate program. So, but what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna give us a score. Fold it over good and tight. Smooth it down, get a nice crisp edge, and then I'm going to trim it with my scissors. If you want to use a knife and a ruler, wow, I think I need a lot more coffee perhaps. You could totally do a knife and a ruler. Just skimming off here. This isn't going to be exactly perfection, but it gets us pretty close, except for where I missed a spot. And it gets rid of our fold line mostly. Can always go back in and trim it up. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna have a nice sized frame on here. So how about if we just dress it up a little bit? I think I left my stencils in the other room when I washed them yesterday. So I'm gonna go grab those and we're gonna play with stamps and grunging and all that, and we're gonna make this guy really cool. I will be right back. Okay, got the stencil, got some stamps, and got my stamp block here. Let's see how tall we're gonna want this. Not that much off. I don't know why I put this away yet. Just gonna score this and do the same thing. Is it about there, I believe? Go. Lovely. We can cut our corners after we glue. I might have done that a little short. Oh well, looks like our sides are going to be a little bit bigger than our top and our bottom, but that's okay. Let's pull out some walnut stain. Let's pull out our vintage photo, and let's just start making some splatters. A bit of a mess here and there. Well, that's, didn't get that very. I didn't think about the fact that this is darker paper, so we need to get a little more on there for it to be visible. Go around the edge here. I want some on the bottom. All right, now we know we're not going to see a whole lot of that, but that's okay. How about some darker splatters as well? We might even be able to do it still with this because it will be more concentrated. Yeah. Oh, those are so fun. Over here. And down there. How's that looking here? Do we need... Feels like just enough to see that we didn't just put a completely solid piece of paper behind it. Now, before we glue that down, we definitely want to... That's not the right one. Oh well, it's got it on there now. Where's my other one? Oh, it's clear over here. Well, that's not gonna work. Let's get these darkened up. Maybe even a little bit farther in than normal. Let's add to the grunge factor and depth. I have a little on there. And I know we'll have to redo our inking on our corners when we trim them, but that's all right. We'll get most of it done here. And I left that open, which was not smart. I think I'm gonna do 2 layers on here. I'm gonna go glue stick, and then we're gonna also add, my glue stick finally re-solidified. Oh, and I got a bunch of them through that little hole. I'll have to wipe that off. I set it under one of my warmer lamps and melted him a little bit. Let's go around there. If we have a little bit of squoosh out the side, that's okay. This where we want him. Looks pretty good. I'm just going to squash it right down. If you're worried about making too much of a mess, you can always put like a wax paper, something to that effect. To get on there, glue, some glue on there. I'm just gonna hold it down because I'm not too concerned, and anytime we can have a coffee break is also fine. Birds are chirping outside. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Gonna do some yard work. All right. That puts us in a much better position. I'm feeling better about this now. So let's just clip. Just eyeballing. We don't want to have to spend a bunch of time measuring stuff. That's not fun. To me, if you have fun measuring, you go for it. I find if I measure, I get too caught up in trying to make it just so. Right, so now move this out of the way, and we're gonna decide what kind of fun elements we want to put on this. We're gonna make this one a little more intricate. Let's grab some metal bits and maybe some eyelets, and we could even, you know, I got this little faux leather. We could put a little faux leather tab on the top if we want. So, metal bits, eyelets. What else do we got here? We've got brads. I've got some gears. This would be perfect for some gears. Oh yeah. We're gonna use some stuff out of there. Oh, maybe instead of leather, we can use one of these for our topper. That would be fun. What else do we got? We've got some chain. Might be a bit much. I've got this piece of chain, but I think we've got, grab these ones we've already finished. I found these brads at a little Amish store in, oh gosh, where was it? It was called Dutchman something. It wasn't the normal close by our cabin Amish store that we go to every time we go down there. It was a little, not little, it was huge. It was a different one. I should remember the name of the town, but I don't. But we've got stars, we've got gears. Let's start seeing what we might want to load this up with. And we'll probably need to put some paper or a sticker or maybe a die cut on there as well. I think we should put a couple of these on there somewhere. Doesn't really matter what numbers they are. What about our gears? What kind of different shapes do we have in here? We clearly don't get these out very much. Oh, we got a lot of options. Got some with circles. Bulb pins we can use. All right. We could do, I don't know that we need to do the brads. We've got, oh, where did I put those? I had them close by because I thought about using them yesterday. Oh no. I'm looking to see if I set them somewhere obvious. Like right in front of my face. I've got some little attacher deals that are wider than a staple. And they're pretty cool looking, and I haven't opened them yet. I got them at a thrift store. Well, maybe they're not meant to be on here, I suppose. All right, well, hey. I've got this little dangle hanging there. It's got some fun metally looking stuff. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. I want to start with some of our gold, because why not? If we're making some that look a little metal-y. Oh, look how cool that looks. I got a little too much there, but it definitely does look metal-ish. But I don't want to get a whole ton, maybe a little more up here. We still want some of the other, oh, that wasn't a little bit more. That was a lot a bit more. Let's put it away. I don't know if you can take this off or not. We can see. Let's see. Can we glue into the table? Nope. You rub that and it just rubs more. Okay. Well, then we've got a lot a bit more on the top. Oh, I've got glue on the back of my thing. That's why. Oh, for the love. Well, this is grungy. And it's gonna be. Okay. Relax, Amber. It's fine. It's all fine. Do we need to pick a focal point next? I think we have to, because we're gonna need to know where to put all our other stuff. So I have going out on a limb here. I have these metal stickers, metal look stickers that I totally just remembered, and I got them from the dollar store. So what if we want to use one of these? I think we could. We could go with a heart. We could go with any number of these. I kind of feel like a heart might be kind of cool. Maybe one of these wonky ones? Let's open it up and see. Obviously, I haven't even opened these. But for $1.25, I couldn't pass them up. Maybe this guy. I'm going to cut this one out. I think that would look cool. Let's do a heart. Now, where do we want to place some gears? Not two of the same. Maybe all the way over to the edge and we build it up a little. Maybe a few down there. Let's use different colors. And different shapes. I like that. Do we need one up there in that corner, perhaps? Maybe not, because of the numbers. But I think yes down here. Or do we want to move them over here? And not cover up so much. No. Well, I usually move this way. Let's do it. This is different. We haven't done this. Let's do it. All right, now let's see if we can ink these things. I don't know if that will work or not. I don't think so. You could probably use alcohol inks maybe, but I don't have any of those. All right, let's just start gluing and see how we get. Before we put too many down, I haven't glued metal with this before. It's supposed to stick. I'm assuming you have to hold it down for a few minutes while it dries, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Seems to be working. Another bonus discovery. Yeah, it's staying. Beautiful. I love it. Now, do we want... I don't know. I do. Yeah, it's working, guys. Put this one on next. I'm gonna make sure there's plenty to get it all stuck down. Obviously, it's not gonna bend, but still, the more contact we have, the better. And if it didn't work, what we were going to do is use the brads instead. We can get creative. I feel like I want this one in a different color. What do we got here? Hey, look at that. We got a silver. Oh, that might not, that's not dry yet. Oh, and I'm just moving it all over now. I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clip that down. And we're gonna go onto this side while we're waiting. Maybe I should have put more glue on the edges of those ones, on the little teeth. Because there's more, well, at least the one side of the teeth has more contact with that paper. We're just experimenting, guys. Hopefully it works. Hopefully. Do we want that in the middle? Oh, it's not going to go in the middle. How about just right? Maybe, you know what? I think what we need to do is I should have thought about this before. We want the upper layers to also lay flat. So what we need to do is we need to have well, at least closer to flat surface for the other ones to sit on. So we need to build these. A different color here. We need to build these up a little bit at a time. I think that will work better. Let's see. Give it a shot. Learning as we go. Whoa, we do not mind learning as we go. Now, why I don't have my dealios out, I don't know. He's gonna live right here. Maybe. need to hold that in place for a bit. Uh-oh, I don't know if this one will reach. Let's try it from this angle. There we go, it's fine. All right, now how is this? It's not completely dry yet. We might not want to get too out of control. With our gears and layers. I think I'm going to put one more on the paper. Put this little guy on the paper, because that seems to work just fine. Maybe we can stick it right there. Well, that's a lot of glue. I'm not 100% confident. That it will glue well and quickly from metal to metal. I'm going to go ahead and put another one on here. And I think I'm going to take a small break and I'm going to let that dry for a while. Interesting thing here about our glue, because it is liquid and it's wet, it is going to create a bit of a reaction in our background, which is fine. I think it'll look cool. So I'm going to leave this sit for a few minutes, and then I'll come back at you when it's had some time to dry. Okay, let's give it a check. It's feeling better. I think it just needed a little bit of time. Well, we'll find out as we're finishing up, then we will be able to see if they fall off. And if they do, we'll just do something different. I'm going to go ahead and punch this hole through our other there, and let's add an eyelet, because why not? Let's get these out of the way here. Right, what color do we want? We can do whatever we want. I'm leaning towards these. These are my favorites. Need a washer. Get one? No. No, I did not. There we go. There is a washer. Now, I do have some others that don't have washers, the small ones. I have to say that these washers make all the difference. They are fantastic for getting a nice, excuse me, clean look on the background, or on the back. So washer goes flat side down. Give it a squeeze. And then look at how nice and clean that gives you on the back. And I get these on Temu. Surprise. Right. I love my Temu. All right. So these can be put away. And let's go ahead and add our numbers. How about 86? Why not? And these should just pop right on. They will be tight, but that is okay. 86. It will be very tight. All right. Like it. I am liking it. Now, are we ready for... I think we're ready. no idea. Oh my gosh, are these sticky? Holy cow. We're still putting glue on the back. Just to be extra safe. I think it's gonna go right there. Oh, I was gonna say, should we put a label behind it? But too late now. That is fun and different than what we usually do. I like it. I'm not sad about how this is turning out. I definitely think we want to go with the chain. And let's pick some charms to put on there. And a bulb pin. I'll go with silver. I don't have much silver on there. And let's grab some of these. There's silver charms. What else do we got over here? Let's look. Let's grab our stars. Those are fun. Could use a star. We've got a heart. Hearts and stars. How about this? There's a big star. What else shall we put on there? We could do a key to my heart. Do all those keys have, well, they got hearts, that's okay. How about a love key? Is that too big? Nah. Nah, we're good. Let's put the star in the front. And might be a little too short. Let's see if we can get it all the way through and closed. Oh, barely, but yes. All right, we're gonna do it like that. Totally different than what we usually do, but super fun. I don't see anything popping off. I think we're good, guys. I think it worked just fine. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we came up with. Let's make some space. All right. Number 1, number 2, well, these went in order, so we're just counting. Our bird, love that, and of course, our star of the show, our metal tag. I hope you had a great time today. I hope you crafted along, and hope you have a fabulous weekend. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.